My name is Ryan Badger. I'm the Curator of Education here at the Briscoe Western Art Museum. And I'm curious if any of y'all know what this is. It's kind of an interesting device and actually the forerunner of virtual reality. This is called a Stereograph viewer. And the photograph inside is really what we're going to be looking at today. But just to explain, you can see, hopefully, you have the two viewers. You have the shield around your eyes. You hold it like so, and you place the photograph. It's a dual photograph mirror image placed side by side. And as you look through it, your eyes actually merge the two photographs together, giving it a three-dimensional look, almost a 3D effect. It's actually quite interesting. Forerunner to, of course, the Viewmaster, if any of you remember those, and then later, of course, virtual reality. But the photograph is really what we're going to talk about today. So today we're actually going to discuss the Briscoe Western Art Museum's photographic, stereographic collection. We have about 600 of these photographs, and they're quite interesting. As I said before, most of them, a true stereograph has two images, almost identical, sitting side by side in order to create that three-dimensional effect. And this one here is from 1873. Now the photographs in the Briscoe collection, the Stereograph collection, runs from about the 1860s to the 1920s. 600 photographs that deal with the history, the culture, the people of San Antonio, Texas. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the missions. Now, if you had the opportunity, if you haven't taken the opportunity thus far, I highly encourage you to go see the San Antonio Missions National Historic Park. There are 5 missions, including Mission San Antonio de Valero, which we know as the Alamo. The other 5 missions are scattered along about a 20-mile stretch of the San Antonio River going south from downtown San Antonio. Now, the one that we're going to discuss today is the one that's called the Queen of the Missions, Mission San Jose. And this is a photograph of Mission San Jose. Now, originally the missions were designed to have high walls and almost an apartment-like structure that stretched all the way around the perimeter of the mission. A large, heavy gate, and in the center of that gate, there was a chapel, or center of that courtyard, there was a chapel. Now, the chapel is kind of the heart of the community. And if you look right here, this is the chapel for Mission San Jose. These missions constituted, honestly, the communities of San Antonio at the time that the city was settled by the Spanish Franciscan missionaries. The Payan people were brought together in these various missions, these 5 missions, where the missions existed until 1793. After that, the missions fell into disrepair. And from 1793 to 1930s, they existed as almost relics of a bygone era. Tourists would go out to visit the ruins of the missions. They would go out as if they were some sort of pilgrimage to see the ancient past of South Texas. And these missions stayed in a state of disrepair for a very long time until about the 1930s, when the WPA, Works Progress Administration, came together under President Franklin D. Roosevelt's mandate to help get the country back to work. And they started the process of restoring many of these missions. Mission San Jose in particular was completely restored. And if you go out there today, you'll see the mission is still in place. They've restored the walls. They have reestablished the dome on top of the cathedral. In fact, they've restored the entire cathedral and that entire chapel. And that chapel still holds services today, every Sunday. And it's really quite interesting because you can also see the granary. You can also see the dwellings where people lived, recreations of the hornos or outdoor ovens. The wells are still there. And if you go to the chapel, you can still see the remnants of the original frescoes that decorated the walls of Mission San Jose. And it really is an interesting part. These missions constitute not only a World Heritage Site, but a very interesting part of the initial coming together of Native and Spanish culture in San Antonio. That really was the meeting point. And those cultures, both of those cultures, still shape San Antonio today, shape our culture, history, and heritage, not only as part of South Texas, but as part of the larger West. Because the Southwest up into California, so much of that was shaped in much the same way. and continues to shape us to this very day. So, if you get the opportunity, I highly recommend visiting Mission San Jose, as well as coming down to the Briscoe Western Art Museum and checking out some of our collections. In fact, our collection of stereographs was on view in 2018-19 as part of our exhibition called Destino San Antonio. So, if you haven't had the opportunity to see Destino before now, please come to the Briscoe Western Art Museum starting in January. That's when we'll reopen Destino San Antonio on our third floor gallery, in the Kate Marmion Gallery. It will be a beautiful exhibition of diversity and culture in San Antonio. You'll be able to see parts of San Antonio that have since disappeared, places that still exist today, and people. There were so many different kinds of people that called San Antonio home. Please come and see it. Please learn more about your city and enjoy our Stereograph collection. And get the chance, come take a look at the Stereographs and get that 3D effect. Thank you all for watching. If you get the opportunity, come and visit us. We're open here every Thursday through Monday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thank you for watching from Friday.